What is up, everybody? Today we are talking about all of the new Players Cup 4 information that came out today. We know the date of when it's happening. We've got prize pools added to the mix, and they're switching from a Swiss format for after you qualify through the qualifier from the double elimination format. I'm going to be breaking down why these changes are important, why some of them are good, why some of them are bad, and how you are going to need to be prepared knowing all these things going into Players Cup 4. So let's go. So guys, let's just read the article posted by the Pokemon Company giving us all the information about Players Cup 4. Signups can start right now, I believe, and the most important thing is that it's going to be the weekend of April 9th to 11th. It is literally in 2.5 weeks. That is a very, very, very short amount of time, and it is going to be Series 8 rules. So Kyle, Groudon, you name it, they're going to be allowed in this tournament. So it's going to be our first best of one qualifier with Series 8. I don't really like that too much, but let's get into it. Pokemon Players Cup 4 is an online tournament approaching yada 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 April through July. So that's the finals bracket, the global finals, stuff like that. And then trainers from all around the world will square off to win a share of the $45,000 in prizes. That sounds like a lot, but that's like, you know, that's them saying between Pokemon, between TCG, between VGC, and like everything. So like, it sounds like a lot. It's still great. It's still great. We'll get into the prize breakdown, but don't let it fool you too much. Participation is open to all Masters Division players, and it will take place online. So unfortunately, juniors and seniors are getting snuffed out again. It's very unfortunate, but alas. And there will be 3 separate competitions in Players Cup 4. One featuring trade game, card game, video game, and Pokemon tournament. So awesome. One quick tidbit, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, there's always somebody who has a story that forgets about this, even though we hammer it down everybody's throats every time there's a Players Cup. You need to attach your player ID to your player trainer account by January 16th of 2020. By April 16th. Okay, so make sure your account is all linked up. It's pretty like self-explanatory when you go onto the website. You make sure everything is connected with your account. But let's get into these VGC specific rules. Okay, so the format is the same, where we're gonna have to qualify through the best of one qualifier on cartridge. But then, as you guys can see, 256, 256, 256, and 128. This is all the same standard stuff as the regular Players Cups. I have a Players Cup detailing video if you want to check it out. This is the big first change of the Players Cup tournament, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge. So, up to 9 Swiss rounds will be played in each region. The top 16 players in each region will advance to the corresponding region finals. And then July 13th will be a new double-seeded elimination bracket based on the weekend. Players play occurs until 4 players remain in each region. So it will be Swiss until it cuts to the top 16 of the region, and then it will be a double elimination tournament after that. Okay, so guys, this brings up our first big point of contention about Players Cup 4, and the questions are pretty much, why are we going from double elimination to Swiss? And honestly, I think a large percent of the player base is very excited about having Swiss over double elimination. So why? Well, the thing is when you play in the double elimination bracket, when you lose twice, that's it. You're done. You're out of the competition completely. While Swiss, if you don't know, you play a set number of rounds. So let's say it's 9 rounds. You get paired against your opponent randomly. And then let's say you win. You are now 1-0. You will play against someone else who is 1-0. Let's say you win. You'll play against someone else who's 2-0, etc., etc. You can look up the whole Swiss kind of format, but it comes down to pretty much you get out of the tournament based on your win record at the end. So like X and 1 is what we say. That's when you only have 1 loss. That is pretty much guaranteed to get through. And then some X2s, meaning you've lost twice. So you went 7 and 2. It's going to come down to what we call resistance. And pretty much what resistance is it compares your 7 and 2 record with someone else's 7 and 2 record. And then it looks at the opponents you played. So if you played if all your opponents just sucked, they all went like 1-8, 1-8, 1-8, 1-8, 1-8. The system pretty much says well, the people you played were less good than this guy who played against people that were better, who went 4-5, 5-4, 6-3, etc. So you can look this up. Maybe I'll include a link in the description about how a Swiss tournament works. But pretty much, the big thing is you are not out of the tournament at X and 2. You can still make it into the final bracket. Another really big thing about Swiss, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you take the 2 L's, you are not out of the tournament. You can keep playing. You can literally keep playing all day. Whether you're not going to make it out of the bracket or not, it's up to you if you want to drop from the tournament or whatever. But this is such an awesome opportunity to get amazing practice against amazing players. Let's say you're 3-3. Maybe you're not going to make it out of the bracket, but you get to play a best of 3 against another great player that qualified for the tournament, has 3 wins under their belt, etc. It's just a great opportunity for us online to get more practice on top of the fact that we get to play all day and potentially make it out of the tournament, even at an X2 record. Something about the Swiss tournament versus the double elimination tournament is that they end up taking about the same amount of time. In double elimination, you know, you can like win your first 2 rounds and then you lose, so you're 2-1, and then you have to wait like an hour and a half sitting there doing nothing just to like wait for your next match because of how double elimination works. You can win your first 4, lose, and then wait like 3 hours. It's really brutal. Swiss happens all at the same time. Rounds up, everybody plays, everyone's done, next round. Everybody plays, next round, everybody plays. So the time schedule for players is actually better, and the total time elapsed ends up being about the same. So it kind of begged the question as to why didn't we have Swiss in the first place if they took the same amount of time, if they could still be done through things like Battlefy and Discord. And yeah, so there really is no reason to not want this. The only thing that people could bring up to fight this is resistance. Like I talked about, maybe you go 7-2, but you don't make it through because everyone you played had a worse win record than the other 7-2s. I personally have been playing VGC all the way since 2013. I have grown accustomed to how resistance works, and it is my friend. I accept resistance, to be honest. Sometimes resistance has bit me in the butt. I don't make a top cut at 6-2 because my resistance wasn't high enough, and sometimes I would make cut or get a bunch of points because my X&2 record was enough. So I kind of accept how resistance works. I think that it is a fair system for the most part, and I think it is the best way that Pokemon tournaments have been formatted. I think it is a lot better than double elimination IMO. So since I've kind of gone over why I think Swiss is just strictly better than double elimination, let's talk about this next kind of point of contention because of Players Cup 4. And I have to say that it is the date. It will be happening from Friday, April 9th to Sunday, April 11th. And unfortunately, I'll take you guys over to this link here. It is the same day that the it's not only the same day that they're going to be broadcasting the top 256 matches from the weekend for Players Cup 3. That's okay, but it is unfortunately going to be happening at the same time as the global finals bracket players are actually playing their matches. They are playing their matches that weekend. Now, they don't get aired until April 23rd. These are going to be pre-recorded matches. The winner of Players Cup 3 is going to be already determined by April 23rd, 24th, 25th. So all those amazing players that made it that far into the tournament are going to have to like try to fit in playing in the qualifier, you know, before their most important matches of their life, playing in the global finals. You know, they're going to have to play before, they're going to have to play after. They're going to have to like squeeze it in on Sunday after they've been practicing for their like matches in the global finals all like week. So it's unfortunately really crappy for those players that are going to make it into the global finals. Now, albeit it's only what, 16 players that are going to be affected by this, but I don't think that really matters. I think making it crappier for even one player, you know, technically isn't fair. I think it should have been I think it's a bit of oversight, you know, push everything back 1 week. I think we'd all be happy, hunky-dory, you know, it would still happen in Series 8. Next thing would still happen in Series 9, etc. So honestly, that is very unfortunate. And there's not going to be a fix for that. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Maybe, you know, we could, you know, have our voice be heard, that is an unfortunate circumstance indeed for the players that are going to make the global finals. Another big thing about Players Cup 4, this is a very different tournament, guys, is that we're getting prize money. So this is for only the global finals. It is very, very difficult to get to the global finals. So just by getting to the global finals, you automatically are going to receive $250. Very, very cool. But yeah, you win your first match, you get $500. You win the next one, $750, etc. And I think this is great. I think that these players who made the global finals deserve to get this like prize money. They have practiced for hours on end. They've played in the slog best of one IC, which is not fun at all. They've practiced, fought tooth and nail, spent their whole weekend playing. I totally think that we deserve prize money, especially because we are providing entertainment. We're providing a YouTube video. We're providing a stream for the Pokemon company. We're promoting their game by showing that we love the top players. That's why esports is so important. Something that Nintendo, you know, doesn't usually pay attention to very much. But yeah, so I think this is great. But unfortunately, this opens up another little bit of controversy, and that is, what about the players from the other Players Cups? Players Cups 3, 2, and 1. So the winners of Players Cup 3, 2, and 1, they got a free trip to one of the IC's international challenges that's going to be international championship, excuse me, that's going to be happening in the future whenever, you know, the world is back to normal. But now these players are going to get $5,000, and a full paid trip to one of these ICs is not going to cost $5,000, especially if you don't get first class on your flight and stay in like $1 million hotel or whatever. So that begs the question is, what about the other previous winners? Are they going to be able to choose to cash their, to pretty much cash out their travel award into $5,000? Or, you know, what about all the other players that got second, third, fourth? $2,000, $2,500, $3,500. That's a lot. Like, why now? What about all the other players that tried so hard? Like, why aren't they getting their prize money? So I think it is unfortunate. I think that them retroactively going back and just giving everybody money might just not be something that they can financially do. That's a lot of money to hash out for all these past players. I'm happy that they are giving us this prize money now. It's unfortunate for the players in the past, but I am just happy to have it now. I actually do think that the winners should be able to cash out for $5,000 or have their, you know, free expense paid trip to an IC. I think that is only fair, lining up with the fact that they were the only ones who won a prize. I believe it was the top 4 from the global finals, so you know, my bad on that. So I think the top 4 should be able to get their 2,000, third, 2,500, second, 3,500, etc. I think that would be fair. Seeing as those people received a prize, I think it would be even that they could cash out. But now, if they let that happen, we could just think of it as, okay, now there's an even bigger prize pool, and everyone who got those prizes in the past can now upgrade them to this normal prize. I think that would be totally fair. Yeah, guys, I think that's all we really need to know about the Players Cup 4. When it's happening, the problems that it arose with its scheduling, with its pricing going back retroactively to the older players, but we did get the Swiss bracket, and I kind of talked about why us players like the Swiss bracket a lot more. So I hope you guys are ready for Players Cup 4. I hope you guys are prepared, and I hope that you guys can find a lot of the videos here on my YouTube channel to help you guys out for Players Cup 4. I've got a lot of guides here on the Series 8 Legendaries, all that good stuff. So guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. If you're there on YouTube, please like the video. It goes a long way. And subscribe to the channel, yo. Please, please, please. I would appreciate it very much. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.